Looks like GM might have themselves a dilemma. You have an underestimated product that should be priced much higher than anticipated. What's going on YouTube? It's your man Griff, and you know what to do. But this time, take the keys, jump in the driver's seat, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up like button, and let's roll. What's going on, guys? While waiting for the four-wheel girlfriend to arrive, I had to dress up the apartment a little bit. You know, you can't have your little lady coming over and the apartment looks a mess, so I decided to put a little paint and a little lipstick on the pig. Let me know what you guys think. But for now, let's get into it. All right, guys, this Z06 situation is increasingly frustrating, and all we've been hearing is pricing is on the way. Let's dig into some thoughts. Why hasn't pricing been released yet? How will the inflation affect reservationists, meaning those folks that have Z06 reservations? And then where do we go from here? Man, what a dilemma. You have an underestimated product that should be priced much higher than anticipated. However, you're in an inflationary market that typically dictates or suggests that consumers become more conservative with their spending. So what do? Do you price the car as originally anticipated and essentially give away the engineering value that inherently exists within the product? I don't think GM wants to do that. Do you price the car low and lose margin while also digging yourself into a lower cost tiered product? I don't think they want to do that either. Or do you price the car high and risk stagnation as consumers tighten their belts in preparation for worse times? It's confusing. I'm not really sure what they're going to do at this point, and I don't think they know what they're going to want to do at this point. But I do think they're smart enough to be able to kind of wait this market out and evaluate what's going on to determine the best place to price this vehicle. As you can see, GM has some challenging choices to make. Personally, I think they should release a statement. It would show all of the folks that believe in their product and who've invested millions in reservation fees that the company does understand the frustration and is eager to bring the Z06 to market. But specific issues have warranted delays. What's the matter with telling the public that? Okay, that would at least give the consumer something to go on. But at the moment, I kind of feel like we're being left out to dry. So I get it, right? GM doesn't want to make any bad financial decisions. I also think there's a few mechanical tweaks as well as some enhancements that need to be addressed while we wait for pricing. And if you're familiar with strategic marketing, you understand the diversions that often pop up. It's like magazines and TVs in a waiting room. There needs to be something there to keep you waiting, otherwise you might get up and leave. Hence the teaser videos, the new Z06 enhancements, new colors, and everything in between. Like I said earlier, a press release would be better for me. Now I will say this much, creative marketing does work because that green color is kind of amazing to me. Might be a little too much for Griff at my age, but I do like the color. And I get that the company is trying to compete with the more exotic landscape. So I think it's a good idea. I think GM and Chevy are doing some good things. I'm just going to continue to say it. I really wish that they would do a press release and provide a little bit more information. I really feel for you guys that have your investment money out there in these reservations that are waiting for something. You know, at this point, they should have at least released some pricing, at least give folks an idea of what the car is going to cost so that they can establish their budgets. But again, I also understand how business works and how sometimes you just can't do that. So I completely understand. So where do we go from here, guys? You got to put your business hats on and understand that this company has some challenging decisions ahead. Cash could be king as we move forward, as those that have it will be able to take advantage of the opportunities. So hang in there, be smart, govern yourselves accordingly, guys, and let's close out with my DIY prep project. So check this out. I got some really super fantastic news recently that I'm going to share with you guys next week. But for now, this was a spur of the moment thing to do. The garage was looking a little bit shoddy, and the last thing I'd want to do is to bring a car home to put it in a shoddy garage when that opportunity presents itself. So what did I do? Griff pulled out all stops and decided he was going to do a DIY project. Now, if you look at this space, yeah, it looks pretty shoddy, and whoever did the sheetrock needs to be stoned. In fact, maybe they were stoned, the people who did the sheetrock, because they just did a horrible job in the garage. So what did I do? I just kind of pulled everything out, cleaned up the space. I got some epoxy paint for the floor. I did that, did the entire floor. Actually, I just did one side where the bay where the car is gonna be. And then I also pulled everything out and I started painting the walls. And one thing led to another. I was just gonna do a base coat of paint just to kind of clean the space up a little bit. But then I said, you know what, Griff? Let's get a little bit creative. So I started doing a couple different things, and what you guys see is the end result. So the floor and the walls are a charcoal color, and then I decided to put some red accents in. I did a little bit of chair rail going down the middle of the wall, and then I also taped off the wall with some of that blue painter's tape into some geometric shapes, and then painted the whole thing charcoal, and then went back and painted a couple of those geometric shapes in red. Peeled off the tape, and then that's the end result. So I could have paid a lot more money, have somebody come in, but I figured, why bother when you can do a DIY? So I saved myself a bunch of money. I personally think the garage looks good. And then I also ordered some wall art and some banners from Amazon. So anybody interested, just shoot me a comment and I'll let you guys know where and what I got. But I think the project came out pretty decent from where I started. Guys, until next week, see you.